Hello guys, welcome back po sa akin channel para tutorial video. So before that, gusto ko pong magpasalamat sa aking mga supporter, subscriber, and follower ng aking YouTube channel and also sa aking Facebook page para tutorial videos. And maraming salamat po sa inyong patuloy na suporta at paniniwala sa aking channel. And I hope na marami po kayong natutunan sa aking mga video contents. And sana po ay nasa mabuti kayong kalagayan. So this time, we will discuss about one of the article of Revised Penal Code. Ito po yung tinatawag na resistance and disobedience to a person in authority or his agent. Yan po ay Article 151. So kung gusto nyong manood, please stay tuned to my channel para tutorial videos.
Are you ready?
Di ba napag-aralan natin sa mga previous discussion natin about arrest na kailangan yung police is may basihan, may tinatawag na probable cause in order na yung arrest will become lawful. But how about in a situation wherein the police order to stop a certain person to do something or to stop sa isang tao sa kanyang ginagawa? Then the person is not following his order or the person refused to do so, disobey or resist such order. Pwede bang kasuhan ng pulis yung tao dahil sa pagsuway o hindi sinunod yung kanyang order? So yan po yung sasagutin natin sa vlog na ito sa pamagitan po ng pag-aaral ng Article 151 of the Revised Penal Code. Now, in Article 151 of the Revised Penal Code, resistance and disobedience to a person in authority or his agent shall be committed or proven in two elements. Ano po yun? Una, when the person in authority or his agent is performing his official duty or lawful order. Pangalawa, when the offender resists or seriously disobey such order. So pag ginawa ng tao or ng offender yung ganyan, pasok yan sa tinatawag na violation of Article 151, resistance and disobedience to a person in authority or his agent. But guys, we have to define first what is person in authority and agent person in authority. According po sa Article 152 of the Revised Penal Code, a person in authority is referred to a person or any person who are vested with jurisdiction, either as an individual, a city mayor, or a member of some court, yung mga judge, or a member of the board and commission, yung mga secretaries of the departments, the congressmen, yung mga professor, mga teacher, mga barangay captain, mga barangay kagawad, or even mga lupong tagapamayapa which performing their official duty within their jurisdiction. Now guys, ano naman yung tinatawag na agent person in authority? As defined in Article 152 of the Revised Penal Code, agent person in authority is any person who, by direct provision of law, by election, by appointment of competent authority, is in charge with the maintenance of peace and order, protection and security of life and property. So ano yung mga example dito? Primarily, the police, the barangay tanod, yung mga bipat sa barangay. Also considered any person who come to an aid to a person in authority. Let's say, si mayor, nag-visit or pumunta sa isang ongoing project. Let's say, the city mall. Then, one of the persons suddenly attack him. Then, his bodyguard will protect mayor. Then, the bodyguard is considered now as agent person in authority. Same with the security guard. The security guard is not an agent person in authority. But in the instances wherein the security guard are performing their duty in one of the establishment wherein nagtatrabaho siya, then may nangyaring kaguluhan, immediately he called the presence of the police to respond sa gulo. Then immediately the police proceeded the area. Then after that, by presence of the police, now the security guard come to an aid. No? Then the security guard is considered now agent person in authority. Okay guys? I hope na klaro po tayo dyan. Palalimin po natin. What if kung yung agent person in authority, yung police or yung barangay tanod, is off duty? Or duty siya, but he is not performing his official duty. Or he has an unlawful order. Ano mangyari? Hindi pasok yung Article 151. Kailangan yung person in authority, an agent person in authority, is officially performing his duty and has a lawful order to the offender. Then the offender is resist and seriously disobey such order. It is coupled with serious disobedience and resistance. Hindi puro salita. Let's say, mayroong nakita yung police na illegal gambling, no? Then hinuli ng police. Sabihin na natin na lawful yung order. Then yung tao is sinabi niya na hindi ako magpapahuli sa iyo. O hindi ako susunod sa iyo sa iyong order. No? Ang ginawa ng police, hinuli yung tao, walang serious physical resistance na nangyari. Kinasuhan niya, aside from the illegal gambling na case, kinasuhan niya ng Article 151. So, pasok ba yung kaso ng Article 151? Hindi. Kasi kailangan mayroong serious physical resistance and disobedience. Tandaan po natin guys na yung personal liberty ng tao is mas mataas kaysa sa public order. Barangay tanod ka man o police ka man, kailangan we have to make sure na yung pag-aresto natin is lawful and we order that person to stop. No? We subdue. If there is a physical resistance or disobedience, pasok yung Article 151. It wala naman, no? Kasi salita niya lang na sinabi niya na hindi ako susunod, pero hinuli mo. Voluntarily submitted himself to surrender. So yung kaso niya is only the crime he committed. Hindi mo pwedeng kasuhan ng Article 151. So guys, I hope na sa vlog natin ngayon ay naunawaan natin yung ibig sabihin ng Article 151, resistance and disobedience to person in authority and his agent. So marami pong salamat sa panonood and hanggang sa muli, kita-kits po tayo for my next video. Bye-bye!